Hi guys, it's Robin the Lady Biker. I hope everyone's having a great day today. Well, I'm here in the backyard, and today I was wanting to talk to y'all because if you've been following my channel for a little bit, you'll know for a while we've been trying to kind of narrow down our moto camping gear, settling on tents, sleeping pads, sleeping bags, all that kind of fun stuff. And on several of those, I've asked for help and suggestions on kind of as we were figuring everything out. And so today I thought I'd do an update and kind of show you where we landed and what all we take and how we pack for our campsite. All right guys, so got the tent up. This is my new tent. So as I was saying earlier, we finally narrowed in on the products that we really like. And so I want to share with you the products we chose, why we chose them, and give you some ideas to think about whenever you're searching for what you want and what is going to fit your needs. So let's start with the tent. This is the Marmot. Hold on, let me see if I can find the bag in here. Here it is. This is the Marmot Tungsten. Now this is the two-person tent. This is the tent that either my husband or I, either one will use when we're doing any kind of solo events, like whenever I attend Babe's Ride Out, or whenever he goes on his adventure riding course and doing some things like that. We sometimes go independently, so that's when just having a two-person tent is going to be good because that's enough space for one person. However, whenever we travel together, he and I have this very same tent, but we have the four-person tent. So why did we get the 2 and the 4 versus the 1 and the 2? Because they have those. Now, the way these are designed, it's literally to put people in here, as my grandfather would say, like cordwood, stacked in really tight. So if you want to have enough space to put your bag, your helmet, your boots, whatever, inside your tent, highly recommend that you always buy a tent that's rated for one person larger than what you plan to keep in your tent at minimum. So that's why for going solo we want a single person or a two-person tent, because I can move over my sleeping pad. I have plenty of room to put my bag that goes, my sissy bar bag that has all my clothing and different things like that. I can put my helmet in here, my phone with my chargers. It just gives you more space. So one of the things I told my husband, because as I told him many times ago, or for many, many years, is if I'm going to be roughing it, that includes at least black and white television. I mean, I was a hotel girl and that was it. There was no camping, no glamping, no nothing. It was a hotel. So I told him if we were to go into a tent, I had a couple of things that had to happen. One, I needed to be able to sleep comfortably, really, really comfortably. So he's like, okay. And we started looking for sleeping pads. Let me see if I can move out of the way. This sucker right here. This is the Camp Dreamer from REI. Look at this sucker. Look how thick this is. So, I mean, it's like 4 inches thick. Whenever you lay down on this, and you can really air it up to however firm you want it. I usually leave a little bit of air or a little bit of room in mine because I like to be able to sink into it, where my husband likes his really firm, so he fills his up really, really full. And so not only is it thick and it keeps us warm, and it's got an R rating of 3, which means it stays fairly warm even whenever the ground is cold. So we have that. It's fantastic. It's a little pricey, but in my opinion, worth every single penny. Then the next thing we did was we got our sleeping bags. This is the Nemo Disco, and I think it's rated. They have the men's and the women's, so the zippers are on opposite sides. And check in with your ratings, because depending on what kind of temperatures you're going to be in, personally, I like to find a bag that's rated for at least 15 degrees colder than what I anticipate being in. because I get cold, like really cold. So this one, and I left it over there. Anyway, the women's back, I think this one's rated to like -9 degrees Fahrenheit, I think. Anyway, it's rated for like, no, -9 Celsius. It's like almost 0 degrees Fahrenheit. It's a really, really warm sleeping bag. It's fantastic. Absolutely love it. Not only that, but it's got like this little face thing, so whenever it gets really cold, it's like I can pull a blanket up around my face. It's fantastic. It's awesome. So we had a great sleeping pad. We were getting really warm in our colder environments, and of course when it's cold we just take a sheet to toss over the top of us for the more warmer climates. It's also when we pull back the top of this, we don't put the cover on so we get more airflow in our tent. But the other thing that we found, guys, pillows. Pillows are so worth it. Now, the Nemo Disco and the Camp Dreamer, we got both of these from REI, and we did spend a little bit more money. Neither of these were very cheap. However, there's a certain things that you can't skimp on. And it was our sleep quality. Now, when we started looking at the ratings and everything on the pillows, this from Trichology is on the lower end for pricing, but it's got an extremely high customer satisfaction rating. So we went ahead and invested in this, and I have to say, this is a really, really good pillow. So the pillow is one of those that check the ratings, and not just the ratings, but the customer ratings. Because sometimes something that's a little bit on the lower or the less expensive end of the spectrum will give you just as much enjoyment as, I think this was like half of what any of them at REI were running for. So that was one area where we could kind of have a little bit of a give. So just do some research. Now, a couple of the things that we kept finding were, one, whenever it got really cold, anything we could do to keep the air between us and the ground warm really made a difference. But also when you're setting your tent up, you know, depending on the surface you're setting it up on, it can be kind of hard on your knees. So for two different things, we started packing yoga mats. I know, some of you are rolling your eyes, but trust me, this, you can lay it down, and because of the thickness of it, when you're kneeling down trying to air up your mattress and you're just digging through your bag and different things, having that yoga mat to kneel on really does take some of the discomfort out of your knees. But also, if you're camping in some fairly cold or wet environments, you can slide the yoga mat up underneath your sleeping pad, and it just gives one more thermal layer between you and the ground. So it'll help keep your body a little bit warmer at night. Huge bonus. So here's where things can kind of get a little bit, where you can have a little bit more play. Camp chairs. Now mine, I went ahead when we were at REI, because I tried it from a friend of mine, and their camp chair, I'm not exactly sure what it's called. It's their co-op. Anyway, tried it when I was at Babes Right Out. Flex Light Camp. It's a camp chair. It was at Babes Right Out 7 on the Central Coast. And one of my friends I met there had one, and she loved it. I tried it. It was the best I had found so far. There again, it's on the upper end. Then about, 2-3 months ago, when we were going through Costco doing our normal shopping trip, my husband stumbled on a camp chair that they sold there. I didn't set it up today. But it's got a higher back. It has a pillow for his head if he wants it. So as far as camp chairs go, and that one was fairly inexpensive. I think it was a third of what mine was as far as pricing goes. So as far as camp chairs go, you kind of just have to try one out, because a less expensive one might be exactly what you need. My personal opinion, don't waste your money on the camp stools. because at the end of the day, you want to be able to lean back into your chair, or when you're sipping your coffee in the morning, if you caffeinate, having an actual chair just makes the experience so much more comfortable. The other thing we highly recommend, because they are so versatile, a tarp. Just a good old-fashioned Amazon, Walmart, not expensive, just a great tarp. You can put it up underneath if you're in a really wet environment, or in some places we get the ground is not prepared and it's got a lot of like stickers and different things. We'll put that down. It protects the base and the footprint of your tent. It lengthens the life of your tent. Also, we've been in situations where we, at a campsite, ended up where it was just super bright for whatever reason. We were able to put it over the top of the tent as a light barrier, which made it a much, much more enjoyable experience to be able to fall asleep. So tarp, twine so you can tie it down. You can never go wrong with that. Now, when all of this gets packed up, you got to have a bag to put it in to get it onto yours. For us, what we ended up, and we looked at several different makes of dry bags, and we decided to go with Wolfman for a number of reasons. One, super, super durable. When you stuff everything in, you roll it down, you clip it down, and it's got 2 straps on the ends and 2 straps that come up and over. This is the duffel model. And you can really cinch it down and get it down as small as possible to fit on your motorcycle. And the straps it comes with are designed to fit most makes and models of motorcycles. So sissy bars, luggage racks, it'll attach to so many different things. Now this is the small bag. So when I'm traveling by myself, I can put everything you see here plus my camp kitchen in the small dry bag, cinch it up, strap it on, I'm good to go. I just need my sissy bar bag for my clothing, my electronics, and that sort of thing. You can travel very light that way. Now, when my husband and I travel together, we use the medium-sized bag, and that holds our tent, our sleeping bags, sleeping pads, yoga mats, tarp. I think that's it. And then we put our camp chairs in one of his saddlebags. We just have more because, it's 2 of us going. And then because we are traveling together, our camp kitchen's larger, it goes in a separate bag. So guys, that's what we finally settled on. All I can say is, guys, is do a little research, do a little time. If you can, go into stores for certain items like your camp chair, your sleeping pad, your sleeping bag, and actually touch things, because what looks great on the little screen on camera or on your computer may not necessarily be the same when you get into a store. Now, everything that we use, I have in links down in the description. Go check it out and try them out. Take a look. These are the things that we settled on because they work for us. Do a little research. Ask a few questions. Drop it down in the comments. And guys, if you're moto campers out there and you use something different, share your experiences and share why you chose the things you chose, so that those who are looking at getting into moto camping or looking to change out, upgrade, whatever what they have, can take a look and see something, because just because something fits for me doesn't mean it fits for you. So it's all about sharing information and being part of the community. So with that, guys, I hope everyone has a fantastic time. Guys, it's summertime, or maybe you're watching this down the road and it's wintertime and you're looking towards summertime. But get out and enjoy, have experiences. Definitely get out and ride. Have fun. Be safe on your adventures. And I'm going to catch you on the next video.